welcome to Getting Schwifty, episode 2. This time we're reacting to the ABCs of Beth and the Rickchurian Mortydate. So I'm here with Jacob, but unfortunately, our resident Rick, Will,
he got 2 ricked last night.
He is absolutely ricked out of control. So he is unable to attend today.
Yeah.
But, so we're talking about the ABCs of Beth and Rickchurian Mortydate, but also a little bit of, since it's the finale of season,
a bit of an
overview as well at the same time. So, I mean...
I forgot we called it Getting Schwifty.
Yeah. I'm not sure I've should have left it, but
we're
all of it now.
It's a good name.
But, to be honest, I thought these last 2 episodes a bit disappointed them, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret that I've been a bit disappointed in most of the season. Like, season 3 is definitely the weakest season so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I probably would agree with that. There are some high points in the season.
Yeah,
very high points.
My favourite episode of probably all of Rick and Morty's in this. Like, I loved the Rick Atlantis mix-up episode. Like, that entire thing on the Ricks. It's amazing.
I would totally agree with that as well. That's probably my favourite of... Yeah, I'd probably say it's the favourite overall. Yeah. Which is kind of strange considering it doesn't actually have our Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Pretty much at all, and it's like our favourite.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't say it was necessarily a funny episode.
It was just so well written and well thought out, and all the different overlapping stories and the bringing back of evil Morty, and it was a good setup episode. It was very. I hope the episode it was setting up for is just as strong.
Yeah. Well, in terms for the the ABCs of Beth, I would say that I suppose it's nice to get a bit more of Beth.
Yeah, I quite liked the cold open sort of thing they did as well.
With
the bubble gun.
Yeah.
Like, just boop, boop. And Beth like, do you know what? I'm kind of warming up to the bubble gun.
We obviously don't know much about Beth in terms of... Because previously you thought that Rick had 14 years between him coming and going, but also
There's been a lot of...
hints.
Retconning, I'm going to say, about Beth's past.
Yeah, because obviously, if he's created some sort of illusion for her...
Yeah.
Then... When did he create this sort of illusion?
Yeah.
Land for her?
When she was a child, but
then would she still have access to it up until? Because if she thought at the beginning of the episode that she thought it wasn't real, and then so it probably would have been before like 7 or 8, most likely, because at a sort of point she started getting more. Your memory is starting to get better, and if it was into her teenage years, she would have full memory of it. But no, I don't know if she can't have been around.
Yeah.
Or have access to it. But there was also I quite liked the Jerry portion. I sort of preferred the Jerry portion to.
I liked both. It was a good. I thought it was of these 2 episodes, it's the stronger episode. It's still a weak episode.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
But I liked the whole. What was it called? What was the imaginary place called? Was it
Foopy Land? I think.
Foopy Land, something. I liked that. I liked the bit where, Rick was showing Beth around. It was like, oh, I'm such a terrible parent. Oh, who would make the floors bouncy? Oh, look, the water's breathable. And, and then the thing swoops down and grabs him. It's like, oh, God, And the fact he actually loses his arm.
Yeah, actually, in the next episode, did he actually have his arm back?
It's Rick, of course he had his arm back.
He must it's like...
I'm pretty sure he had his arm back by the end of this episode.
Yeah, I probably was not paying attention to that, really.
Because he sticks a robot one in there straight away,
and the other arm is just bloodied up for most of the episode. But there was like the whole incest eating baby thing. It was like that was like
weird.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
A bit weird even for Rick and Morty. It's like
the fact they kept going on about it. Like, it wasn't just like a one-off thing. It was like, oh, do you want a demonstration? And then do it, and like, oh, dinner's ready, and then there was the whole thing, and like the play, and then doing it again, and it was maybe brought up a little bit too much.
Yeah, and then I don't know, that just because how long must have been there? Probably 20 years, probably.
Well, if it was when they were kids,
probably was 20 or 30.
No, it's
30 years, perhaps.
Maybe more, because Beth's probably like what,
40s.
40s. So it's probably close to 40 years.
Yeah, 30 to 40 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And basically he's insane now.
Oh, yeah. Like, Beth's like, oh, we've got to bring him back. It's like, no, he literally cannot function in the real world. He's been in there since a child. I'm surprised his vocabulary is that big.
Yeah, and he's eating his own children.
Yeah.
He would not function in the proper world. I mean, what if you took him back to the real world? What would you do? You'd be shoved into mental institution. Yeah. There's like, I would obviously guess that Beth probably does kill him.
Oh yeah.
Which is it's a quite harsh thing to say, because like, oh, what do you do with a mentally unstable person? You kill them. That's probably pretty dark thing.
Yeah, but I mean, he kind of deserved it.
Yeah. But like the whole...
like, she is the entire reason he was there in the first place.
Yeah. But like, he was stuck in like honey.
Yeah.
But if the river Rip shoved his head in, was breathable, I'm surprised the honey was
sticky.
But not able to get out of it. Yeah. Like, because if she'd have got stuck in there, she'd have also been in a predicament. Yeah. So I was like, that's kind of the whole. Then it's not safe then if a honey pit. Yeah. But I'm probably going to go back to Jerry's. I quite liked Jennifer Hale as the alien.
It was Jennifer Hale as Jennifer Hale. Like, she opened her mouth. It's like, oh, that's Jennifer Hale.
Shepherd.
Yeah, it was like there was no voice to it. That was just Jennifer Hale's voice.
Yeah. But I did like Jerry. Like, oh, she's got three. I noticed what she got. Have you noticed what she's got 3 of? Have you guessed what she's got 2 of?
And
it's like you're bragging to your children.
This is Jerry we're talking about.
He's got to brag about something.
Yeah. I did like it, do the whole telekinesis thing, and
But it's like when he comes into this Parliament.
I liked it more if they used the whole Jerry's telekinesis thing a bit more.
But I do like how they come in like in his apartment. He's like just super nice compared to previously.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible. It's like everyone's like, whoa, this is pretty neat. This is pretty nice. Jerry's getting his life back together. That's not too bad.
And it was like, oh well, you were always telling me to get over it. It's like, yeah, we meant like get out of bed or something, not date an intergalactic woman.
Though Jerry is, he's going out of his league, I say.
Yeah, he's reaching.
He's like, Jerry's got game.
Yeah.
It should be like a side thing of Jerry's how to pick up alien chicks from Jerry.
I did like it, and the whole Sorbonne thing and the hunting, and
How do we celebrate with a hunt? It's like,
we celebrate tonight for the hunt. For tomorrow we hunt.
So there was some sort of they were vampire like aliens, weren't they?
Yeah.
They remind me of things like from The Witcher.
Yeah, kind of. It looked a bit
like ancient, like strange ancient vampire type creatures.
Necker-esque almost.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I quite liked it, and obviously it was quite funny. She was like dating Rick to get back at her
dating Jerry. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then he comes back at the end of the episode like, "Oh, this is about me, isn't it? Like, there are so many of these nets, like 300, and you just happen to choose Earth." And Jerry's like, "Wait, so I was the rebound?" I did like that storyline.
It was weird this season. I think I quite like Jerry's storylines quite a bit.
The Wooly Dolly one was pretty good, and this one, yeah. The rest of them, they're alright, but
yeah. There was I mean, like in this episode, Rick doesn't really do that much. He shows Beth the Fruit Land, and then the rest of the time he's like, "Oh, yep, I've had enough. I'm going back."
It was kind of a discovery episode for Beth, like.
Yeah.
But I like the fact like she comes out like, "Oh, I always thought I was like you, then you find out you're exactly like me," and it's like, and Rick says it to her before she has a chance to, like, "Yep, no, I already figured that out." And the whole reason he built Fruitland in the first place was to protect everyone from her, and not vice versa.
What was the unbreakable bat?
Yeah, the sentient knife.
The taser ladybug.
Yeah.
Googly-eyed, see in the dark goggles.
Yeah.
It's like
the whip that makes people like you.
I just imagine the whip. I like you now. It's like, what? I have intense pain. I like you now.
It was a weird one. But I mean, some people are into it.
But I think I had more laughs like talking about the episode, bits and pieces of it. But
than actually from the episode, yeah.
It's kind of almost like a sad thing from like a comedy show that...
I don't know, but it's simultaneously a bad thing and a good thing, because they're giving you things to talk about and they've given you things to get experiences from outside of the show, which is a good thing in and of itself. But for the episode itself, it's a bit of a downer.
Yeah. I mean, like on this episode, really... Morty and Summer don't really do
anything.
No, they are connected to Jerry's story, but it's like they don't really. It's like, oh, they're going along with this something. Yeah. They're going along with that. There's nothing to them.
I don't actually remember any of their lines and stuff other than the Jerry related ones.
Yeah, slightly like moaning about things. Yeah, that's about it really from those two. But I think the most disappointing episode probably is that finale.
Yeah. What would...
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad episode.
It just didn't
it's the wrong
feel
place.
Like a finale.
Yeah.
It felt like the penultimate episode. It felt like that would have been good as the one leading into the finale.
Because normally it's 11 episodes.
Yeah.
And it was 10 episodes this time. So if there was an 11th episode...
Maybe they're going to drop one on us secretly. Maybe it's going to be like a Christmas thing. I don't know. We can hope.
Yeah, well, we can certainly hope, but...
I was like, where... was Phoenix person? Where did they go? What happened to the whole evil Morty thing with the Citadel of Ricks? And all the other things they set up. Like, is her name Tilly or Telly or...
Tammy,
that's the one.
Yeah. I mean, those are two...
and that.
They're the big ones, really.
Yeah.
It really did feel like a mid-season episode.
Yeah.
Like, you saw, like, oh, we had a really big episode, let's slow down a bit... and before you ramp up to the next one.
Yeah.
Because, obviously the whole Beth and Jerry getting back together thing, as far as that storyline just feels almost like wasted. They're like, oh, we divorced to begin the season.
They had to. They just had to. I knew it was going to happen. As soon as the divorce thing happened, they were going to bring them back together because they just had to. And it's like, because like everyone said it, a lot of people said it, like, the first two seasons had so many episodes that were just... The moral of the episode was... Yeah, they're bad, but they're perfect for each other.
It was like the Meeseeks episode, the council when they went to the planet, the alien counselling planet.
Yeah,
those just those two episodes where they have major storylines.
The one where they get to see into the alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
The one with the parasites.
Yeah. It's just so. It is weird how he essentially tried to chuck away that storyline. Because I know you could say about people have their own personal problems. Yeah. It's not trying to say anything against Dan Harmon because it just seems like perhaps
just try not to write your own life into your show.
Yeah,
I know you went through a divorce. I know that's shit, but don't put it into the show. I think perhaps especially when it doesn't fit.
I feel as if perhaps the executives probably allowed him to go with more because
it's so popular.
Rick and Morty's got so popular. It's like George Lucas back around episode 1. You would not say no to him, but then after it went badly, like, oh god, we should have.
You need a nomad. You need a nomad.
There are so many properties out there where without the people saying let's rein it back in, things could be totally different.
Yeah.
That's why
it's weird because Dan Harmon got that when he wrote Community, because Community never kind of went too far. And even in places where people say it went too far, I was like, no, it makes sense within the show, and all of it, Community was really well done with the fact that it never was too big for its boots.
That's because I think probably the end of season 2 is probably when Rick and Morty started probably to kick off. I would say.
Yeah, season 2 is probably the strongest.
Where it just starts to pick up.
Yeah.
And also probably the weight probably made it even more difficult for Dan Harmon as well.
Because the longer between the two seasons, the more expectations people had, the more...
And then probably when you chuck down the April Fool's one, essentially.
Yeah.
It makes people want...
More.
Yeah, want more. If they put the whole thing up...
I think that's what they're doing, is what they're going to do, is the reason this one's a slight short, and the reason it's ended like this, and the reason he's teased the 14-episode season 4... is so they can get it out quicker. I think they've already got a few of the next episodes.
I'm thinking next summer.
I think they've already got a few of the episodes done. And what they're going to do is maybe release them a bit slower to start with, to tide us over until season 4. So I think during the 4 episodes extra that he's hinted at doing, because he said it's going to be a 14 episode season, I think the 4 extra episodes, it's going to be a Christmas one.
Yeah, it seems, because obviously at the end of Mr. Poop Bottles just says about the whole Christmas beard.
Yeah, or a Halloween one, maybe.
I think Halloween is probably too close, because obviously that'll be the end of this month.
I still think they might do it. I think it might be Halloween, Christmas, and 2 more to tide us over until season 4 comes out, and then season 4 is going to be a 10 episode thing.
Well, then would they class, if the next 4, they would say, would that be like 3.5 essentially, because it wouldn't really be season 4, but since they're saying season 3 ended, what do they count as a...
I don't know.
Because then they can say, oh, that's season 4, but it's only 4 episodes. That doesn't seem to quite work really. Yeah. But I'm still thinking it'll probably be maybe next summer for a proper full season 4, because I think obviously
it's got a bit of a bigger budget behind it now. There's more following, so they're definitely going to try and get it out quicker than the gap between.
They probably need to, as well, because the problem is if you leave too long between seasons,
people stop caring.
Yeah, it could peter out. You could. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is a good example, but do you like with Avatar? It's taken
the James Cameron one.
Yeah, between the first film and it must be like 10 years.
Is it coming up? Is it coming up end of this year? The new one?
No, I think next year.
Is it next year?
Yeah.
So I heard that it was like December this year, but it got pushed back.
So I think that's about 10 years. So I think the longer you leave things, the less people care.
And again,
I know it's like within 18 months is different to 10 years, but still.
James Cameron's Avatar is one of the best films you can never remember anything about. Like, quote me a line for it. Tell me a character's name.
Nope, can't do that.
But you still think it's an amazing film.
I probably did back in the back.
You thought it was an amazing film, but you don't remember anything about it.
No. Amazing spectacle, but you don't.
The thing is, though, I do. They're the Na'vi. They're on Pandora. The main character's called Jake. Like I'm just weird like that.
Yeah, so that's why I think they need to bring out because if it comes out like 2019, the similar sort of time, I think it's going to start drop. Interest will start to drop off because, even like massive productions like Game of Thrones, they're about a year apart.
And Game of Thrones is massive at the minute. They can easily have that year gap and it'd be fine.
It's because they've had 7 years of hitting every single time. Well, Rick and Morty is only a couple. Yeah. And then if you continue miss like every other year. Yeah. Television shows are difficult because there's so much television on. Yeah. It's difficult. I say with Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, and all these other things, it's difficult to keep people's attention.
People want to binge. People want it now. People want.
I mean, I don't want Rick and Morty to be like a whole. Here's the entire season one go, because I think that would essentially almost like ruin it. Because I think some shows.
I know. I didn't watch Rick and Morty until the first 2 seasons were out, and I watched all of it in like 2 days.
Oh no, but I mean, in terms of some shows, it feels it's better.
It diminishes it.
Yeah, because some shows, like I'd say, if you did all the Walking Dead in one go, you'd miss loads of flaws because it's as a week-to-week show. You find it's like, oh god, what am I watching? Yeah. But like,
if you binged it, you'd forget about a lot of the filler.
Yeah, and if you binged Rick and Morty, and obviously but it's a bit different. When it's come out years ago, I feel that's a little bit different. But as it's coming out, I mean, there are some shows like Stranger Things have come out, but I think that's on the odd occasion. But if it's every single show is all in one go,
I feel like what happens when you binge a show as well is the definition between the episodes blurs a little bit. Like, you're like, oh, was that this episode or this episode? You remember it happening, but you can't remember exactly which episode it was in. That's happened with me in the Community. It's like, I know a lot of things that happened, but some episodes have sort of blurred together in my head.
I think it also means, so quickly. I mean, it also means it feels like it's difficult to talk about the episodes. You're like, oh, well, all the episodes right now. What episode are you on? Oh, I'm episode 2. It's like, what happened in the first 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm on episode 5.
Yeah.
You're like, it was like, what are we doing?
It's like, can I tell you this? Is this a spoiler? Is this not?
Yeah. Well, we rambled a bit now, but we'll get back towards the finale.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't really laugh really. So that's the flaw.
I didn't really enjoy it. It was self-referential. It had jokes that just didn't make sense to be in Rick and Morty, like the whole Minecraft thing.
Yeah, that was rubbish.
The fact they were like, oh, South Park did this joke 4 years ago, and then they look at the camera, and it's like, no, stop being so self-referential. Like, I get it in the Morty's Mind Blowers one. That makes sense. The interracial TV thing, that joke, it's a joke within the show. It makes sense for you to break the fourth wall.
And it's snap, you go straight into the intro as well. Yeah.
Like, it was an intro, it was a cold open, it made sense. But this one, and then when at the end of the scene with Beth and Jerry and everyone sat around the table, I was like, oh, it'll be like season 1, but more streamlined. It's like, no, don't quote the fact you're a TV show. You're not a fourth wall breaking TV show. You are in places, but not when you're referencing yourself being a TV show.
I mean, if it was only Rick doing the references, I think that probably would have been a little bit better rather than Beth doing the references.
Yeah. If Rick makes the references, like, yeah, he's the smartest person in the universe. He could probably figure out if he was in a TV show.
Yeah.
But Beth?
Yeah, Beth isn't
maybe I'd maybe let Morty get away with it as well.
On the odd occasion. I don't recall Morty actually doing a reference.
But Rick doing it, I'd be more okay with. The fact Beth said it, no, stop being so self-referential. It's not what your humour is.
Even like the stinger with Mr. Poopy Butthole, I think I can let that one go with like the reference because
Mr. Poopy Butthole is a referential character.
It's like you don't mind really him doing that because it's almost like it's outside the episode.
Yeah, and he's an outside character. That's basically his job.
He's like, oh hey guys, I like that, yeah. It was an excellent impression of Mr. Poopy Butthole. If I don't say so myself.
Oh yeah,
superb. Hire me now.
But like, I liked the joke at the start of them being like, oh, this is boring, and ditching it. Like, I quite liked that as a thing. Like, they're going, this is a boring adventure. Let's not do this. And the president be like, how dare they? But it's the fact that they're like, we'll tell them that Rick and Morty has abandoned America. And it's like, oh, come on. You said you were going to avoid the political stuff.
It also... But it's strange because the Keith David president, from the previous episode, and the Getting Schwifty episode, which is, I don't know if that's our favourite because it is the name of the podcast, but...
it is one of my favourites. I did show me what you've got.
But yeah, it just seems like his character went from, in the last time we saw him, really liking Rick and Morty, just one thing, and now it's oh, I hate him, I must fight him, like, oh... Have we missed something?
Well, it's his ego, and it's the whole thing of them abandoning America, them not doing what he says, and his whole god complex that he has.
I did like when he got shrunk down to that miniature civilization. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, give me a T-shirt because you like swinging your dick around."
Yeah. I did like a few of the jokes in that, and the fact that I liked the thing of that. Rick getting all the world leaders high to make them come to world peace.
Oh yeah.
Everyone just sits around, has a few drugs, and then world peace is achieved.
It was what was the joke? It was easy once they noticed. It was obvious once they noticed how easy it was to have peace. Like, it was like, just don't mention what it is. Just let it go.
Well, it was something about the drug they were smoking was like a perception thing, or
What was it? So it was. Some sort of. So some children that were like trained were fighting him.
And he throws sweets to distract them.
And then he was on some sort of chair with mounted machine guns.
It reminded me of the machine from like one of the first episodes, the dog.
Which.
Where the dog got sentience.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of the dog's like walking machine thing it has.
Oh yeah, I do recall that. Yeah. But the joke is like the laser from the sky.
Yeah.
That reminded me of like a thing from like Command and Conquer.
Yeah, same. Or like the Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War.
What was it like? If you touch me, you'll die.
Yeah.
Damn, down straight away. Like,
what was that? Death. It was instant. He didn't make any noise or anything. So, yep. Why didn't you knock him out? Everybody wants to be knocked out. Nobody wants to die.
They're all saying, "Oh, has everyone got a shot?" Yep. Let me show you.
Yeah. Boop. Boop. Like those bits I really liked because that was Rick being like, "Yeah, I'm the smartest man in the universe."
Because just give Morty yourself. And Morty's like, "I don't care. I do not care anymore."
Yeah. It was the battle of the egos between Rick and the president in this one.
And when they'd given up, Morty's like just gone. Just
yeah.
He's stolen the
portal
gun. And while he's like, oh, of course Morty would know how to use the portal gun. He's probably used it a few times now.
Like, I have no qualms with Morty stealing the portal gun and using it. Like, if anyone else knows how to use it, it's Morty.
Yeah.
Hell, at this point, Morty probably knows how to fix one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, he knows how to disable a neutron bomb that Rick made in the Vindicators episode.
Yeah, I think it's a pity, didn't have more of Morty in this finale, really.
I know, yeah. Morty got quite a bit of development and then didn't.
It's it feels like almost that's 3 episodes. Morty hasn't done much.
Yeah, the Vindicators episode, Morty got quite a bit of development. Morty was smarter. He was more confident in this series. He was a bit more thingy. And then the last few episodes, they just sort of forgot about him.
Yeah, Atlantis obviously was essentially not in it.
I mean, not our Morty.
Yeah,
but Morty's were.
Yeah, our Morty was.
Yeah.
And then ABC's of Morty didn't read.
ABC's of Beth.
Sorry, Morty didn't do much in that episode, and this episode just went away with his family, and
yeah,
that was it.
Played Minecraft for a bit.
Yeah, that was Rick and Morty, more like the Adventures of Rick, most likely. It's crazy how it's weird. Like,
and I know. I personally like the fact Jerry and Beth have got back together, because that means they're going to go back to being side characters. It means in season 4 they're probably not going to be as big a deal, and stuff.
Yeah,
and I know a few people that aren't happy that they got back together.
I think they should never split them in the first place.
Yeah, same.
Well, I mean, we said it earlier on, but I mean, there was. I don't know what else they could have done with those characters. If they kept them apart, they'd either have to have new partners for them permanently.
Yeah.
Like there was in the episode where Jerry gets left at the daycare.
Yeah.
There's an alternative person who marries Beth.
Yes.
So I would have if he had popped up and was dating Beth for a bit.
Yeah.
That'd be a
nice reference.
That'd been quite nice, but unfortunately they didn't do that.
Nope.
But yeah, they need to go back to being. They can pop up occasionally.
Yeah.
The other episode where they're working through their problems.
Like some of my favourite episodes I've ever been, like the Parasite episode. I love that episode, and they're both in that. The episode where they get the helmet thing and look at. Oh, is that the same? It's blurred for me.
It's where they go to the counsellors. I think that's where they see what they think of each other.
Yeah, and they create monsters that are like
one a season where they're not the focus, but like
they have a main storyline.
The main storyline, and the rest they can have little bits.
Yeah.
Coming through here and there.
I want to see more of Summer.
Yeah, Summer's pretty good this season, but again, like Morty last few episodes.
Yeah,
nothing. It's weird the sort of decisions they've made.
It was a disappointing finale, and that's like Rick and Morty are usually pretty good at finales. Like the
last two have been pretty damn good.
Yeah, and this one just made you go.
Is that it?
Is that it? Like,
even like the Mr. Poop Butthole thing felt almost like teasing the audience, like,
yeah.
Oh, guys, we'll see you later. And you're like, look how long it's been, and like, what?
I didn't like it.
I mean, like I said, this episode would work much better as a central episode.
Yeah.
Because then you just passed it by, and it'd been done, and you're like, oh well, never mind.
Penultimate. It should have been the penultimate episode. It should have been that, then the finale.
They should link this episode up with the Council of Rick episode.
Yeah.
The presence links up with the evil Morty.
Yeah, the ending should have been that. Like, no. Oh, what might have been? Oh, I don't know. One side teams up with the Federation. One side teams up with the Council of Ricks.
I think if Rick would team with almost with the Federation to make it like trying to bring Phoenix person back to Bird person.
Yeah.
So it's like only work them to help Phoenix person.
Yeah. And
then the Council of Ricks, well, evil Morty essentially work with the present. That would be much better. Like, oh, he's not. But it just feels like that's the sort of plot they could have gone for. I think they feel like they're saving evil Morty, but like between season 2 had no evil Morty at all.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised in season 4 if there again is no evil Morty.
I'd hate it though, because Rick Atlantis mix up. My favourite episode. It's done such a good job of making me want to see more of the Council of Ricks. Like before, I didn't really care about the Council of Ricks. They were just a background thing. It was just a thing that happened. You'd see other Ricks pop up occasionally. You'd see, other things. The Council would do things in the background. I never cared. Now I genuinely care. Now I really want to see more of the Council of Ricks and the Citadel.
Yeah, I don't know. They keep saying that they got all these different storylines they want to pick up, all these threads, but I'm not exactly. I mean,
I don't understand why put Phoenix Person as your thing at the end of their first episode if you're not going to pick up on it.
There's even people like like I said, I quite like Squanchy.
Yeah.
He's never. Did he die?
I don't know.
Probably, but for an alternate reality.
Yeah.
What? We don't know. Oh, but then
death is literally meaningless in Rick and Morty.
I know, like this whole time travel doesn't matter, but if you got alternate realities, essentially time travel is you couldn't do it as well because
well, they've always said they don't want to touch time travel because time travel complicates things too much. There's literally a joke in it where on Rick's shelf he has time travel stuff on a box.
I think if they head towards time travel stuff, that's when the show is heading towards its end, I guess.
Well, they've always said they're never going to do it. They're never going to do time travel. Like, they even joked about the fact they're never going to do time travel in the finale.
Yeah.
Like, when it's like, the pizza place is closed. Rick goes through the portal, comes back. It's not closed in the dimension where they didn't have daylight saving times.
That was the ABC one, though.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. This season just... There's been some really, like I said, there's been some really good episodes, but I don't know what's really happened because I feel like you think like a really good episode, and then you get like a poor episode or mediocre perhaps. I wouldn't say Rick and Morty episodes are particularly bad. I'd have said you probably say because you got high expectations, and then you're like, oh, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
And the clone thing with Beth could have been handled so much better.
Yeah, it's. I know it's the idea is you want almost like feel like they want to have theory videos going, is she a clone and blah blah and like.
And it's worked because game theory's already picked up on it.
Yeah, and the answer was no.
Yeah.
I don't need a theory. I can just figure out on my own. I like, is she a clone? No, because it doesn't make any difference to the plot.
Yeah.
If she is a clone,
it literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It literally makes no difference.
You would never know.
Yeah.
If she never came back, you would never know. Unless she like runs her on some sort of strange adventure. What? It's like it's like the Inception, the turning.
Yeah.
Top of the end.
Make what you want of it.
Yeah. And what we make of it is we don't care.
Yeah, literally it's Rick and Morty. Another Beth could show up from a parallel dimension. And that'd just be an episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh, I just remembered now.
What?
In the trailer,
there
was a thing where there are two summers, like a muscular summer,
and another summer, the cyborgy one.
Where and Rick was talking to like a Federation bug.
Yeah, and the one with the shop with all the Mortys to buy.
Well, that's one. That's from the original trailer for season 3.
Oh right.
Because that was part of the trailer. That was the one thing we never actually ended up seeing.
Yeah.
I think the pity that wasn't actually part of finale because that would have been almost like summer, like a muscular, different version of summer.
Cyborg Summer would have been cool.
Yeah, fighting like Federation or working with Rick. I mean, that would have actually been a really, really good finale. It's like, what's going on here? Summer has to fight Rick and the Federation, to save Morty. Something like that would have been a pretty different take on it. But poor Keith David.
Yeah.
Has to fight Rick and couldn't even save Shepard. Oh, spoilers for Mass Effect, for five years ago. But
so they should have put Keith David and Hale in the same episode.
If it was Hale, Mark Meer, and Keith David, that'd been pretty
just the
great.
Mass Effect crew.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of Shepards in there. But I don't think they probably wouldn't even bother making a reference to that because I think Mass Effect, despite the love we've got for it, it's not exactly on the level of Rick and Morty in terms of popular culture.
It's a bit of a cult following, Mass Effect, Scott, really.
Oh. But I think we're heading towards the end.
Yeah.
But before we go, I've got a little surprise for my co-host.
Wait, what?
I picked out a couple of pop vinyls
that my least favourite things
that I was getting. One of them is Squanchy.
Yeah.
Another is Bird Person. So the idea, one was meant to be for Will, and one was meant to be for Jacob. But
I know Will want the Squanchy one. I just know it.
So Bird Person.
Thank you.
Is going to Jacob.
Oh my god! It's not that. It's got a mouth. My biggest problem with pop vinyls is they look soulless. They look dead in the eyes. But most of the ones I like have mouths. The ones with mouths have a bit more personality. They look alright. Like the Alien one, the Predator, stuff like that. There's a few other ones. Like the Joker one looks really cool because it's got the Joker mouth. Most of them don't have a mouth, and they don't look good. They don't look the character they're meant to do. But like these, I quite like this one. It's got a mouth. It looks like the character. Do you know? Some of them just like you look at a pop vinyl and go, "Who is that?"
Well, look at this Squanchy and look. He looks like he does look totally depressed.
Yeah, the Squanchy one I quite like. It looks very good. And the Bird Person one, it's. Do you know? As pop vinyls go, I quite like it.
Yep. So that does it for this season.
Yeah.
Of Rick and Morty, unless there's something pops up.
Yeah, unless something we get a surprise episode or something.
We might do like a rerun of the season. So if you hear like announcements in the summer, we might do like a rewatch of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But
or like select episodes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good thing. Like me, you and Will come together, and we each put forward an episode to talk about.
Yeah, that might be an idea. But I think that'll probably. Well, we'll wait and see what we hear from Dan Harmon and the rest of them. You know, when they talk to us, you know.
They're drawing it.
Drawing it.
Did you see that video? It was before season 3 came out, and Dan Harmon was at like a press conference, and someone asked him what's happening with season 3. He had a microphone, like a little turntable type thing, and he had a voice changer, and he sang a song about them being like, well, first I write it, and then they draw it. And it was like a song of him going, they're drawing it. And it's like, if I drew it, it looked like a 3-year-old did it. So, they're drawing it.
So, me and Jake are back next week.
For the Star Trek,
another Star Trek. But that's it for Getting Squanchy.
Yeah.
For a little while anyway. We'll be back. Probably Stranger Things.
Yeah, probably Stranger Things. Maybe see if something else pops up before then.
Yeah, we're going to do like a preview / reaction to the first season, because Will hasn't actually watched all of season 1 of Stranger Things just yet.
I watched it all in a day.
Yeah, that's a bit of a commitment there. I think I prefer to do it one day at a time rather than going too crazy.
I was ill, so I was just laid in bed like, I just binge watched Stranger Things for an entire day.
There's also things like there's a Daredevil.
Yeah.
Coming Netflix, so I've got my fingers crossed for that. That might be interesting.
Yeah, the Punisher's coming out.
Oh, that is what I meant. I said Daredevil instead of Punisher.
Oh, Punisher, yeah.
Damn it. Oh god, I just look like I'm mucked up again. But yeah, so Punisher. Hopefully that's properly R-rated.
Oh yeah.
Probably 80. If that's proper grisly, I think that'd be a really good. It won't be. You know.
It probably won't be Jessica Jones in my eyes, but still.
I just want a proper action.
Yeah.
Punisher just blowing away all these people.
Oh god, yeah.
And just. Yeah. So I think we'll be back soon, but thank you for listening and hope to see you again. Don't forget to subscribe, like
all that stuff.
Follow us on Bebo, MySpace, LinkedIn. And those other social networks, like Twitter and whatnot.
Who uses that anymore?
Right,
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.